What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports here with my Chicago Bears 2019 NFL record prediction. Going week by week, predicting the Chicago Bears win-loss record for the 2019 NFL season. Now, the Chicago Bears won the division last season. I think a big reason why they won the division because this division was pretty much down. It was really easy, to be honest. I mean, you thought the Minnesota Vikings would be one of the best teams in the NFL. They flopped. The Green Bay wasn't the Green Bay were accustomed to season due to probably all of the drama that they had going on and things like that. And then the Detroit Lions, who are a way better team than what they were last season. So I think this is pretty much the most competitive that we have seen the NFC North in the last couple of years. This division is going to be very competitive, and it's going to be hard to be seeing the Chicago Bears win this division again. But they are my favorite to win the division if I had to pick one. And it all depends on how good Mr. Trubisky is. The Chicago Bears could make it to the Super Bowl, or they could, make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round and a wild card. It all depends on how good Mr. Trubisky is going to be going into his third year as an NFL starter. So is he going to be consistent? Is he going to be inconsistent, have some good games, have some shaky games? That's my problem with the Chicago Bears. I always had a that's why I'm having a hard time seeing the Chicago Bears make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, I see the potential is there, but I don't know. I just don't trust Mitchell Trubisky. So week one, they start the season out playing the Green Bay Packers, the inaugural game of the 100th anniversary of the NFL season. And I have them winning this game. I think they start the season out on a high note, beating the Green Bay Packers, who, with Matt LaFleur, I just don't know how I feel about this team. I think the Green Bay Packers are still going to be trying to find an identity, and that's why I have the Chicago Bears winning this matchup. Week two, they play the Denver Broncos at Denver. This is an interesting matchup because they're facing their former defensive coordinator and Vic Fangio, who is pretty much going to know the weaknesses of the Chicago Bears defense and how to attack it. But even though he's going to know the defense and how to expose some of the weaknesses, he doesn't have the offense that is necessarily going to be able to take advantage of that. This isn't like having a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. He has Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco isn't a guy who's necessarily going to pick apart a weakness of the Chicago Bears like that. So I'm going to have the Chicago Bears winning this matchup. Week three on Monday night, playing the Washington Redskins, facing a rookie quarterback in Dwayne Haskins. You would say the Chicago Bears are going to win this game, which I do feel the Chicago Bears will win this game. But I think Washington Redskins, they're going to be pulling for an upset. And I think the Washington Redskins get an upset here. And the reason why is because I can see this game being a game that Mitch Trubisky struggles. And because the Washington Redskins have one of the best defensive lines in all of football. And their front seven is very good as well. They also have a not too shabby secondary. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, Josh Norman, who isn't the same cornerback that he was back in 2016 or a couple of seasons back, but he's still a pretty serviceable cornerback, pretty solid starter. Then you got Landon Collins. So this could be very much a game that could end up favoring the Washington Redskins. I also do think Chicago Bears struggle against defending the run a little bit. I think that's going to be a weakness as well. And I think the Washington Redskins, they're going to be getting the upset here. And this game could pretty much go in Chicago's favor, but I think this is going to be an upset here. Dwayne Haskins gets his first victory as an NFL starter. Week four, they're playing the Minnesota Vikings back at home after suffering a questionable loss versus the Washington Redskins. And I have them winning this game. The Minnesota Vikings are a very talented roster, but I think the Chicago Bears are going to get the better of this matchup since they're going to be playing at home. Week five, the last game before their bye week, they're playing the Oakland Raiders at Oakland. Oakland has a bunch of bad guys, so this could be a pretty emotional game. In this game, they are the better team than the Oakland Raiders, who are improved. They're basically a great value brand version of the Dallas Cowboys. So going into the bye week, halfway through this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you love the NFL. I upload NFL videos, NFL content daily. So also make sure to hit that notification icon so you're always notified when I upload a new video. And also also make sure to check out my sports Instagram page, which is JT Sports underscore. A lot of good content on there as well. So week 6, they have an early bye week before they play the New Orleans Saints at home. Now this is going to be probably the toughest team that they have faced all this season until they face the Dallas Cowboys. Then, of course, they got the Los Angeles Chargers, who they're going to have to play after this matchup. So this is a pretty tough stretch. But the thing that I like the most is that they're playing both of these two games at home. And this New Orleans Saints team, they're going to be pretty tough to stop. It's going to be interesting to see how the Chicago Bears defense game plans against this New Orleans Saints offense. But I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears to win this game. Many people can say Mitch Trubisky could struggle in this game, but the New Orleans Saints corners, other than Marshawn Lattimore, they shouldn't, they're very inconsistent. And this is a game that New Orleans could end up getting in a shootout with. So this is going to be a very high scoring game, going to be in the 30s, but I would take the Chicago Bears winning this game 31-28. Now, week 8, they faced the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this is a very interesting matchup because the Los Angeles Chargers are one of the best teams in all of football, very complete. And, they have a very solid offensive line. So it's going to be pretty hard seeing the Chicago Bears wreak havoc on them up front. But overall, I feel this is a game that the Chicago Bears lose right here, losing to the LA Chargers. This is at home, and I just feel, this game could go either way. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers winning this game. Week 9, they face the Philadelphia Eagles at Philadelphia. This is a game that can go either way as well, but I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. I think they get the better of that Philadelphia Eagles secondary, which was facing a lot of injuries last season, but I still have my doubts about the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. And I think Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky should be able to have some success through the air on this Philadelphia Eagles defense. Week 10, they play the Detroit Lions at home. Now, the Detroit Lions, I'm very high on the Detroit Lions. If you guys saw my Detroit Lions 2019 NFL record prediction, I'm high on the Detroit Lions, and I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears to win this game. I just don't think the Detroit Lions are quite there yet from a talent aspect to beat the Chicago Bears. I love the Detroit Lions offensive line. They have one of the better offensive lines in the NFL, probably top half of the league in that department. But I just don't think Matthew Stafford is going to be able to go in here, and Kenny Galladay and those guys, Marvin Jones, are going to be able to come in here and they're going to have much success against the Chicago Bears defense. Week 11, they're playing the LA Rams at the LA Rams Stadium. This is going to be pretty interesting to watch since last time these two teams played, the Chicago Bears held the Los Angeles Rams to their season low in points before they played in the Super Bowl. So this is pretty interesting right here. A rematch. You got Sean McVay versus Matt Nagy, two innovative young offensive minds going head to head. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears to win this matchup again. I think they get the better of this matchup. I think Jared Goff struggles when you get pressure up in his face, and I think Chicago is going to be able to create a lot of pressure on Jared Goff, and that's why I have them winning this game. Week 12, they played the New York Giants. This is going to be a very interesting game because New York, they're still competing for pride, and at this point I don't think they're quite ready to rack up their season as of yet. But I do think the Chicago Bears win this matchup just for the simple fact that all they're just going to do is stack the box, force Eli to beat them through the air, which I don't think Eli Manning is going to lose you games, but he's not going to win you games either. So this is a game that the Chicago Bears are going to win by at least 2 scores or more. Week 13, back on the road facing the Detroit Lions. And I have them winning this game. I love the Detroit Lions as a team, but I just don't think they're quite there yet from a talent aspect to even win one game against the Chicago Bears. So I had the Chicago Bears winning this game. Now, this is probably one of the most intriguing matchups of this NFL season. One of the top 10 games this season going into the NFL season. Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. And this is a game I can see Mitch Trubisky struggling in because this is pretty much the best defense that the Chicago Bears have faced all season. And I have the Chicago Bears losing this game. I just think the Dallas Cowboys have a better team than what the Chicago Bears have. The defenses are pretty good, but I think Mitch Trubisky is going to struggle against this talented defense of the Dallas Cowboys, and also I think the Dallas Cowboys offense is better than the Chicago Bears offense, so that's a loss there. Week 15, they're facing the Green Bay Packers again for the second time. They're going to lose this game. I don't see the Chicago Bears beating Aaron Rodgers twice. And this game is late in the season at Lambeau. It's a very hard place to play in at Lambeau during this time of the year. I'd rather face the Green Bay Packers on the road early on in the season before the weather kicks in, before it gets cold, and those fans seem to be some of the best fans when it gets to this time of the year. Week 16, we get to see Matt Nagy facing Andy Reid, who, for those of you guys who don't know, Matt Nagy was offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs a few years back. And this is going to be very interesting, but I have the Chicago Bears winning this game here. No Tyreek Hill. They got Travis Kelsey, but they're pretty much will double team him. And I don't think Nico Hartman is going to be able to do too much against this, Chicago Bears defense. The X factor is going to be Sammy Watkins. He's going to be the defining factor if they win this game or not. But I have the Chicago Bears taking this game. In week 17, they play the Minnesota Vikings, have them losing that game. I can't see them sweeping the Minnesota Vikings team. Even if Minnesota makes some mid-season trades, it's still going to be a very talented roster. And I just can't see the Minnesota Vikings losing to the Chicago Bears twice. So overall, I have the Chicago Bears going 11-5. They can pretty much go 13-3, 14-2. But I just don't trust Mitchell Trubisky in some of those games that he's going to be playing in to get the job done. So let me know what you guys think about my prediction for the Chicago Bears down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.